I call the next part of the Dinner Special podcast the pressure cooker. I'm going to
Okay.
ask you 7 fast and fun questions that we want to know your answers to. Are you up for
Okay.
it?
Sure.
Great. Well, number one, which food shows or cooking shows do you watch?
Oh my gosh, I have been really we canceled cable a few years ago. So I let's see. Okay, I do, but we have Netflix and I have a Roku, so I'm not like totally cut off. But what I watched recently, which I really loved, was on Netflix it's called A Chef's Table. It's a Netflix original series, and it's 6 episodes. And two of them are I think well, I think they're all amazing. But I loved the one on Francis Malman, who he's just such a character, and it's incredible the food he cooks in this episode on this like remote island in Patagonia. It's amazing. And then the other one was on Dan Barber, and it sent me on this. And then I mean, it inspired me to read his book, The Third Plate. And now I'm on this. I want to like move to the Finger Lakes and meet all these farmers who are growing these, wheats, these ancient kind of bringing back these ancient grains and doing all the rotating their crops and doing all this kind of amazing work with wheat. So anyway, that's probably the latest
Perfect.
I would recommend. Yeah.
Great. Number two, what are some food blogs or websites we have to know about?
Oh, I mean, I feel like everybody knows about the Food 52 Genius Recipes column, but it's definitely. I mean, I like look forward to Kristen's column. It's so good. Every week. I don't know how she does it. And what else? I one that I just discovered recently, and I've been on this. I've been taking cookbooks out from the library just because I own so many, and I just need to. My library is amazing. You can take out 99 books at a time. So I have,
Wow.
I have so many cookbooks, but this cookbook called Make the Bread, Buy the Butter. And it's by, let's see, I think I probably have it right here. But her blog is called, let's see, it's by Jennifer Reese. And she has, her blog is called The Tipsy Baker. And I just discovered it. And I love her writing style. And she's just funny. It's just a new discovery for me. I've been telling everybody I know.
Perfect. Number three, who do you follow on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat that make you happy?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Snapchat, somebody needs to explain to me. I think it's a sign that I'm way too old. I have no idea how to use it. I've tried, so I can't speak for Snapchat. I have to be honest. I'm trying to think. I feel like I hardly pay attention to Facebook anymore. I'm terrible. I post and then I just don't. I do. It's not. I don't check Facebook. So let's see. Facebook. What? Pinterest. I love Pinterest, but I don't ever like. I just kind of I search for something and I think I follow a lot of people, but I don't actually go and kind of look at my feed. Um, this is a really terrible response to all these. Instagram. Let me think. Who do I follow that I love? I mean, Instagram has become. I mean, I feel like I was very late to the Instagram game. I just didn't. It's so simple and I don't know why it took me so long, but I get it. And I like it because it's simple. I really love the format. Who do I love though? I follow a lot of people. Gosh, there's a photographer, let's see, there's a photographer who does, and this is so random, but there's a photographer that does all the tartine bread books. His name's Eric Wolfinger, and I love his stuff. I always have. I always the books that he photographs. I find myself always going back to. I don't
Perfect.
know.
No, that's
Okay.
that's great. We'll
Okay.
go to your Instagram and we'll see who you're following and we'll
Okay.
check out your feed.
Sure. Okay. Sounds good.
Great. Number four, what is the most unusual or treasured item you have in your kitchen?
Hmm. I'm trying to think. Let me see. Unusual. I don't think I have. Well, in terms of, I have these two random things. I don't use them, but they're just beautiful to look at. One was a wedding gift. It's this enormous It's like a wooden baguette shaper. I mean, it's really long. I mean, it extends probably the full length my arm span. And it was a wedding gift from my godmother. She got it in France, and I have no use for it because I could never make baguettes that long. But it's just a beautiful. The wood is beautiful. It has just a nice finish. So that's hanging up. And then my aunt gave me this also enormous pizza peel that wouldn't even fit in my oven. You'd have to have a wood burning oven, and I have that hanging up also because I just it's so dramatic and enormous. But I don't use them, but I love
But they're beautiful.
and they're treasured. Yes.
Right. Well, number 5, name one ingredient you used to dislike that you now love.
Um, I'm trying to think. It may be fish sauce. I hope that's not too obvious, but I remember the first time I can picture it. I was in Philadelphia in our little apartment, and I remember a recipe called for fish sauce, and I opened the bottle and I said to Ben, like, this smells like dirty socks. I don't understand how I can actually put this on my food. I mean, this is crazy. And then I did it because I thought, well, I'm going to try it. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like this, you do not smell dirty feet anymore. It just tastes delicious. So I would say fish sauce.
Number 6, what are a few cookbooks that make your life better? I know you mentioned that you have tons of cookbooks. So are there a couple that make your life better?
A couple of my favorites are Chez Panisse Vegetables is one that I have turned. I mean, it is probably one of the first cookbooks. I mean, my mom gave it to me maybe when I graduated from college. So it's just something every season. I mean, part of it is because I do that column for Food 52, but part of it is just because I'm always getting a CSA, but that is a book I turn to over and over and over again. The Zuni Cafe cookbook is one I flip through a lot. Let's see. Every so often, How to Be a Domestic Goddess, Nigella Lawson's. I mean, I remember a friend gave it to me in college, and I never initially used it. And I don't love making kind of like cakes with frostings and things like that, but there is so much in that book, so much good content, and she is such a good writer, and I love her voice and her stories, and a number of there's a recipe in there for her like processor Danish pastry. It's like a cheater's way to make essentially like croissant like dough, and it's an amazing recipe and technique, and I love that one.
Great. And finally, number 7, what song or album just makes you want to cook?
Oh, it just makes me want to cook. Let's see. Maybe this is going to be also so random too, but I think back again. I don't know why. Maybe because Philadelphia was when I really started cooking a lot. But I would listen to the soundtrack of the Buena Vista Social Club. It was the one I like over and over again. So if I hear that music, I associate being in the kitchen, and that would make me want to cook.
Perfect. Well, congratulations, Ali. You have officially survived the pressure cooker.
Fantastic.